The Love and War update. This update added so much into Team Fortress 2 in terms of content that looking back on it now, it just seems unreal as to just how much was added and introduced. To many, myself included, this was and still is their favorite Team Fortress 2 update, and for good reasons. So this week, let's look back at the update that really shaked up TF2 to its core, the Love and War update. The Love and War update, dubbed the Bread update by the community, was a major update that was announced on June 17, 2014, and then launching the following day. This update was one of the biggest updates that Team Fortress 2 ever had, bringing to the table 1 feature-length SFM, 5 brand spanking new weapons, 4 reskins of previous weapons, 44 brand new cosmetics, 29 new achievements, 6 new startup themes, and a whopping 15 new taunts, the most ever added in a single update. It was clear back then that Valve wanted to truly focus on quantity in this update, and while they did, the quality aspect of this update was also pretty solid. Most of the cosmetics were surprisingly decent, especially that item set that turns the scout into a ninja. Oh man, that's epic. Not to mention weapons like the base jumper, which combined with the airstrike unlocked a completely different way to to play soldier. And the Tide Turner, which was although completely broken at launch, is still a pretty good shield nowadays if you can control a charging Demo Knight at 250% in-game speed. The Backscatter, and especially the Classic, just seemed like meme weapons, but are still fun to use on occasions. In fact, speaking of the Classic, in my first video there was actually a sniper on my team who was using the Classic, and was actually doing pretty well with it too. So, good on you, Sniper. Way to go to proving to everyone that it can still be viable in pubs. Anyway, back to the Love and War update. Probably the biggest thing that shook up TF2 was the plethora of taunts added. Prior to this update, action taunts were far and few in between, with only 5 of them being available prior to the Love and War update. Those taunts being the High Five, the Shred Alert, the Schadenfreude, the Director's Vision, and Meet the Medic. So when the update launched, everyone was bombarded with all of these taunts that nobody was expecting just a few days ago. I mean, you can all of a sudden play rock, paper, scissors, square dance, have a couple of concussions, and probably the most popular choice at the time, do the frickin' conga. This taunt was so damn popular that it led to the creation of 2 additional group taunts, capitalizing off of its popularity. I mean damn, when I updated and launched Team Fortress 2 on that fateful day, I, along with just about every other person who didn't get the memo about this massive update, was completely lost. I remember one of my friends demanding me to join a game immediately, and after joining a CTF game, I just see the entire server doing the conga. I truly couldn't believe that overnight TF2 turned from a fun, fast-paced FPS into an entire server of people just doing the conga. At that point, I wasn't happy, but at the same time, I wasn't upset about what just happened to the game either. I just kinda sat there thinking, oh, okay. It was at this point of the update that just about everyone who took the game somewhat seriously was starting to get fed up. I mean no exaggeration when I say the entire game was just one big silly lazy purple server. No one was taking the game seriously, and the people who wanted to were criticized, and whoever dared to stop the conga would be kicked from the server in a heartbeat. Thankfully, these problems only lingered for a few days after the initial launch of the update, and nowadays whenever a conga starts up in a random pub, most people end up embracing it because they're not all too common these days anymore. The conga was unanimously the most popular taunt that was added in the Love and War update, but keep in mind that over a dozen other taunts were also introduced in this update. Spentwell Spirits, Buy a Life, the Rancho Relaxo, and many other taunts, all specifically designed for each certain class. It was an awesome way to individualize the 9 lovable, huggable classes even more. And it wasn't like all the taunts were one-off either. They all related to the classes one way or another, expanding further on specific personality points of each of the 9 classes. For example, the Results Are In taunt brings out the craziness in the medic, and the Fresh Brewed Victory taunt brings out the insane amount of patriotism that the soldier has.
I love the smell of a kick ass in the morning.
If you ask me, all of these taunts did wonders to expand on each of the class's personality and character. Speaking of personality and character, let's talk about that SFM. Damn, after they made them meet the Pyro, I bet no one was expecting anything huge after that. But then Expiration Date comes out of nowhere and surprises just about everyone and their mother. There really is no denying that this SFM was a superb addition to the update, and hammered in the fact that the TF2 team wanted to jam-pack as much content as they could into this update. If you somehow haven't watched the SFM yet, I strongly recommend watching it. It really is a joy to watch. I mean, come on, you have Scout trying to hit up Miss Pauling.
You're probably real busy this weekend, right?
Soldier's stupidity.
This is a bucket.
Dear God.
There's more.
No.
Red Monster Mutants. And of course, who could forget Spy teaching Scout how to ask out Pauling.
Seduce me.
You.
Seduce me.
What? Spy, I ain't gonna
Seduce me!
I don't know, maybe it's because I read the TF2 comics, but it really felt like a father-son moment between the two of them. In all seriousness, this SFM was amazing, and there really isn't anything more to say than that aside from this update was freaking awesome. So to conclude, the Love and War update truly was a groundbreaking update, adding so much content that not a single update since then has had led me to believe that this was the peak of Team Fortress 2 updates, and will always be remembered as the update that set the bar highest when it came to TF2 updates. Thanks for watching.